So, with a little creativity, you can attach a small motor or some sort of vibrating mechanism to it. I found this one in my mum's drawer prior to my...
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. You need to tell your mom something. She needs to get her freak ass on, man. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the RICHLEV fam. Now today, bro, we got top letters to use as a boat. Now, this literally just popped up on my recommendation page, and I was like, yo, this seems very interesting. It's actually going pretty viral. 6 days, 1.2 million views, so obviously I'm not the only one interested. And it's by Doodle Digest. Shout out Doodle Digest. Make sure you guys go subscribe if you guys want to doodle and digest at the same time. So without further ado, man, grab your popcorn. Let's see.
You're stranded at sea and desperately need a boat. So which letter are you picking? If you chose X as your makeshift boat, you'd be silly because it somehow manages to be dangerous even before you get in the water.
Really?
Yeah, not very comfy to sit in. But
okay, chat, if you just had to choose one, well, first of all, I mean, if we're being literal, I don't think literally any letter could save you. Because this would be on the premise that water is fucking like 2D, because yeah, there's no letter that's not gonna just instantly sink, right? Yeah, I think just gravity is just not gonna work regardless. It just depends on how it's built exactly. But okay, let's just say 2D water, right? You know what I'm saying? It just works like this. We just have a letter. The ones that I would probably go for would maybe be G. And I'm saying G because you know that little curve that has inside of it, maybe you could like kind of hold on to it, and there's a chance that the way it curves and everything that it could possibly float. What is another letter? What would you guys choose, chat?
Lower it into the sea and you'll quickly realize it doesn't even float in any helpful way. The arms sit at awkward angles and the center doesn't really trap any air. The whole thing just sort of disappears beneath the surface like a literal rock. There's also another problem. The shape looks suspiciously similar to those naval mines you see in old documentaries. You know, the ones that look like massive balls with spikes just drifting around waiting for
those are just like mine.
Ships to bump into them. So not only are you sinking, you also resemble an explosive hazard. So if it is your lucky day and a passing boat spots you, they're more likely to actually steer away rather than rescue you. No.
They'll be like, hell no, buddy. You standing on a mine, as soon as you step off, we all blowing, bro. Hey, you gonna blow by yourself, man. Blow yourself.
Number 9, C. C is one of those letters that would actually work if you rotated it. But no, I know that annoys you guys so much, so in this video, we're sticking to the harsh reality and have officially banned turning letters around.
Oh, shoot, wait, that changes a lot, actually. I mean, not with the G. Me picking G, I'm still looking at it just being regular. But that's a pretty significant rule right there, because, I mean, yeah, you could use C, turn it, rotate it, and there's probably other letters that you could rotate too. But getting rid of that rule actually makes it super strict, so let's see.
I can't handle the comments anymore saying that rotating letters is cheating. So in the real world, you lower this into the water upright and it immediately takes on water. The opening is on the side, which means the sea pours in like it's been invited. Within moments, the entire structure is filled up and sinks. And as you...
That kind of makes me think about the G now. Like, am I cooked with the G? Maybe that line, you know, in the middle kind of counteracts it a little bit. I don't know.
Embark on your long and dark journey to the bottom of the sea. I guess we'll see you later. Yeah, sorry, that was terrible. Number 8, G. G is the first one that technically floats. That's already progress. The enclosed section traps some air and gives you a little pocket of buoyancy.
That's what I was saying, bro. It felt like that line that goes inside would trap a little space, and so that water can't easily get in there. Like, yeah, you know, the waves will probably make some water get in there, but it's not gonna be a straight flow of water straight into there, so you're not just instantly drowning. It could probably just hold on to this for support as well.
You could climb in, and for a moment, it would feel like you might survive the voyage. The problem is balance. You see, the walls aren't really that high, and the opening gives water a clear path inside. But as long as you sit perfectly still and assume the sea waves are calmer today, everything behaves. But the microsecond you lean a little too far or shift your weight to get that itch you've had for hours, a splash makes its way in. And once that's happened, the water doesn't politely stop. See, you've just...
Yeah, first of all, just make sure you take showers and you don't have to itch your ass like that. But yeah, no, honestly though, yeah, you might get that little back itch. Everybody gets those sometimes, bro.
Created what is known as a siphon, and soon the entire thing fills up. Bish bash bosh, you're underwater. But hey, at least for a brief time, we know it did work. What do they say? It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Yeah, I think that can apply here.
Facts.
Number 7.
You got to keep it a G, man. You get it? Anyways, chat. But no, the G technically works, bro. If you have completely perfect balance. But The point is that it works, so that works, man.
H is surprisingly serviceable. When you lower it into the water, the bottom legs disappear beneath the surface, but the upper section still has enough volume to keep everything afloat.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that. We're using scientific language now, like volume. Aren't you impressed? But anyway, you sit across the middle.
Oh my gosh, I literally remember learning this in school, bro. Yeah, I can't recite any of this though right now. I would need like a whole lesson on these things. Volume of a cube, volume equals square. I mean, S is 3, the square root of 3, which is the length of the cube side.
But anyway, you sit across the middle bar and suddenly you've got something that resembles a small raft. Yeah, it's not the comfiest because of the sharp corners inside, but just bring some cushions with you or something. I don't know. The downside,
yeah, just take some pillows out your ass.
However, appears once you start moving.
Take your BBL
the shape
out.
is all square and blunt, which makes it slow. Water pushes against it instead of sliding past.
You couldn't really move.
You will survive as long as you can, but without reaching land anytime soon, and the clock is ticking. There's also the issue of depth. If you do reach some shallow areas, these lower legs will hit the seabed long before you expect them to, so you will most likely end up being stuck like a piece of furniture someone left in a tide.
Bro, what if it like gets stuck really hard because the tide goes super fast and then you fucking just flip over and then the shark eats your butt? Then you're cooked.
Number 6. I is the kind of boat that works purely because nature occasionally does strange things. There's a famous example of a long tree that has been floating upright in a lake for over a century. No one really planned it that way, but there it is, still.
Bro, just doing a fucking lifetime handstand?
Bobbing around like a wooden exclamation mark. So you have to treat I in the same way, and suddenly you've got a surprisingly stable floating object. The letter stands vertically in the water with just the top portion sticking out. And because the center of gravity is, well, underwater, it actually makes this one super stable. You can even do some jumping jacks on it or whatnot.
Okay, so the Pixar eye wins. At the end of the day, okay, Disney, I see you.
Catch is that you also have to remain vertical. Even once you get tired, maybe those jumping jacks weren't such a good idea. There isn't much room to sit comfortably, so now the question is, how long can you stand up before your legs give out?
Damn. Yeah, that'll be the challenge right there, bro. Because with the G, you have to stay completely balanced, so that makes it immensely harder. But with the I, you also have to stay kind of balanced. I'm sure you can't just fucking just go like this the whole time. But you know, it's more about just staying vertical in general. So it's just all about your leg strength. So, hey, that's why you don't skip leg day. Skip leg day and then, yeah, you're cooked.
O floats quite happily once you climb on top of it. The circular shape distributes weight nicely and the enclosed ring traps plenty of air to keep it buoyant. You legit just sit there in the middle and drift along the waves.
Now, what I would be scared of is the rotation of the O, though. Now, if it just stays like this, cool. But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the waves could be a little more shallow on this side and then higher on this side, and boom, now you just flipped over, right?
In very technical terms, it qualifies as a real boat because it keeps you above the water. But in reality, it comes with a whole multitude of problems. One of which is that it's pretty much like being on a floating barrel in the sense that it actually won't stop moving. You're going to have to continuously jog as it rotates beneath your feet to stop you falling in. So yeah, in practical terms, it behaves more like one of those sea buoys that mark shipping lanes. You know, the ones that you always mistake for someone swimming whenever you quickly glance at the sea. Yeah, we all do it. But yeah, whatever. You can't steer this thing or even paddle it. You're just simply existing in the ocean while hoping something interesting passes by. Again, it works, but purely powered by your patience. Number 4.
Yeah, the O, that would suck being on. Especially having to run to make it move or just to keep it stable at all. And then all of a sudden, yeah, that's not just leg day. That's just straight endurance as well.
R finally brings some engineering and thought into the situation. When you lower it into the water...
Oh, wait, R low-key is a really good thing, actually. Now that I think about it. This should be like the best one so far. Well, no, it is the best one so far. Of course, he's going up the ladder of how good it is. But I didn't even think about this, though. How did I not think about R?
Situation.
That's a really good option.
When you lower it into the water, the rounded upper section traps air and lifts most of the structure above the surface. That gives you a stable platform to sit on. But the interesting part is the leg, because the other half of the letter is still underwater. So with a little creativity, you can attach a small motor or some sort of vibrating mechanism to it.
Is that cheating though?
I found this one in my mum's drawer prior to my
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. You need to tell your mom something. She needs to get her freak ass on, man. Ain't nobody had no damn pickles and ain't damn joy for nothing.
Sea trip. I don't know what it is, but I don't think it'll work. But anyway, that leg acts like a primitive propeller. Instead of paddling with your hands, you let the up and down vibration push the water behind you, thus propelling your R boat in any direction you desire. It's definitely not fast, but hey, at least you can attach more vibration thingies to it.
Hey, bro, now you need to get your freak ass on, man. Ain't nobody trying to talk about some damn vibrating things.
Number 3,
the hell wrong with
W.
you,
W is perfect for...
Is W a W? I think so.
Company. The 2 dips in the letter act like little seats, which means that 2 people can sit side by side without fighting for space. The structure spreads your weight across multiple points, so it stays balanced even when the water gets a bit choppy. Although keep in mind that the floor inside those dips isn't perfectly smooth.
I wonder if you put your body, like, look right here. You see how this guy is? I wonder if he like lays down, you know, on that middle part of the W, if that just helps the balance in general, if that's even comfortable at all. It just depends.
A bit choppy.
Probably
Although
not
keep
comfortable,
in mind that the floor inside those dips isn't perfectly smooth. It is literally sharp corners, in fact, which might make you shuffle around trying to find a comfortable position. Still, it floats without much complaint. And the real advantage appears when you connect several W's together. Line them up and you suddenly have a long floating chain. Add enough of them and you've basically invented a ferry.
Wait, that might be a W strap, bro. It just depends. Everybody wants to make rules, okay? Because they say you can't rotate or whatever. So does this count as well? And you have multiple letters and connect them together, because if this is the case, yeah, you could create a whole stream right there. Now you got a whole balance thing. This makes it way easier.
We invented a ferry. Number 2, T. T is the choice for anyone who values speed. At the surface, you only see the top bar, which slices through the water just like a surfboard. And beneath the surface is the vertical section that acts as a stabilizing fin. That fin keeps the boat upright.
You do need a good balance, though, if you're going to be going fast like this. Like, nobody super clumsy is going to be able to ride the T while
reducing sideways wobble. When waves push against you, the lower section cuts through them rather than letting the whole thing roll around. It's simple but effective. With a bit of paddling, and if you hit the right wave, you can actually travel surprisingly quickly. This one is kind of designed to stand up, but there's plenty of room for you to sit or even lie down if things get tiring. Though
the T might be, I'm trying to think. The T might be the most comfortable out of everything for sure. The comfortability is better than all the other letters we've seen so far. Just for the fact that you could lay down as like a flat surface of just like, you know, kind of laying down on the floor. So yeah.
Though there aren't
really, that'd be good for your back.
Any sides to it, meaning that you will end up getting splashed by the cold, salty seawater.
Yeah.
Number 1,
that's the only bad thing.
And finally, U takes the top spot because it behaves exactly how you want a boat to behave. The curved sides trap a large pocket of air, giving it reliable buoyancy.
Yo, that seems like such a given. Oh my gosh, how are we not thinking that?
The curved sides trap a large pocket of air, giving it reliable buoyancy. This symmetry keeps it balanced even when the water moves beneath
it's literally
you. There's
perfect.
also enough space inside to sit comfortably instead of clinging to the edges. You can add supplies, stretch your legs, maybe even lie down if the sea is calm. There's plenty of room, even to make different platforms so that you can fully try to live on.
Yo, dead ass, bro. You could literally put a ladder here. You could put a little table. You could put things so that water, when it, you know, goes up, it doesn't go in. Wow, you could do a lot of things in a U, bro. The U is literally perfect.
Say, have your storage underneath and a higher floor is where you can sit. Put it this way, if I was stranded at sea, I'd want to have you with me. So,
thank you, bro. I mean, who wouldn't, bro? I just got the most you're talking about the U. Oh, the letter. Okay.
Oh, subscribe. Nailed it.
Yeah, that was a nail right there. Yeah, that's a nail in the coffin. Yeah, I love this, man. Chat, you? Hey, is it gonna be me and you in the water? Just kidding, bro. Anyway, chat, this was a great video. I've never seen a video like this. I like this. I see why it went viral. It makes you think about letters in water. Like I said, I feel like this is based on if the water is a certain way, because yeah, if you just put letters in the water like this. But I guess the idea of making a shape, because you could make the shapes 3D themselves as well, right? So you could make it to where it could be in water, and you would be the perfect one. So yeah. All right, chat. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.